Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is StallMountain64. Excited to bring you guys my first video on Star Wars Battlefront 2015, Star Wars Battlefront 3. Of course, this is Star Wars Battlefront 2 gameplay, which is why I call this 3. We don't know if it's actually going to be called Star Wars Battlefront 3. I believe it's just going to be Star Wars Battlefront. It's just going to be like a new series, but I'm going to recap kind of what this game is about, what you guys can kind of expect from it, as well as what we know so far leading up to this, and I'm going to start doing coverage on this. This is one of the most excited one of the games I've been most excited for in quite a while. We're also going to have a new Star Wars movie coming at the end of the year, which is going to be awesome. And this is, I think, supposed to be coupled with the release. But what is Battlefront? Essentially, if you guys... Man, it's crazy. I remember, so right now, if you guys have been following my channel, you know this, but I've graduated college almost a year ago now. And I remember playing Battlefront 2 when I was back in like 6th, 7th grade. Around then, it has been an extremely long time, but this was one of my hands-down favorite game. I remember taking down the giant four-legged walkers on the snow map, just circling their legs and taking them down, and just thinking it was the craziest thing ever. The developers of this game, though, Battlefront 3, is now going to be DICE. Of course, you guys have seen tons of my Battlefield 3, 4 videos. The classic developers of those insanely large maps, epic gameplay coupled with vehicle warfare, ground warfare, air warfare, the jets and the bullet drop, actually having to deal with that. With Battlefront 2, back in the day, still had traveling bullets that you had to incorporate with that. And this game actually was supposed to be developed by another company before Disney took over LucasArts. It was something around there, and I'll look more into it if you guys want more information about it. But pretty much, this game was in development. You can actually see some in-game footage, and I'll show some of it on screen here from what it was supposed to be. And it was pretty crazy. They had elements where you were flying in a ship, and you could go from down on the planet up into space within the same map from what I had seen. And that was just with this other developer 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago, which again I believe was canceled because of the changeover from LucasArts, Disney, things like that. But now we're talking about DICE doing it in 2015. This, man, there's so much hype around Star Wars as well that there should be plenty of money behind this, plenty of testing going on and everything. This game should be epic. And if you guys aren't familiar with this game in general, essentially it's playing it's playing Star Wars, right? Instead of as a Jedi, which you can play as Jedis as well, at least how it used to be, was you were either randomly selected, or if you were the top player in the game, if you were playing the best, then you got the Jedi after a certain amount of time, or and then you can go around with your lightsaber taking these guys down. It was pretty crazy, but the way that it mainly is played, and if you play the campaign, is you are one of the stormtroopers. You're one of the soldiers in the Star Wars war, which is really fun way to play it. And it's generally third person, although you can swap between first and third person. Most people seem to play it in third person back in the day, and it'll be interesting to see if this stays as a third person when we're talking about Battlefront, because traditionally, at least with Battlefield, it's always been first person. So it does have the option in this, and it could be something like GTA where you swap back and forth, and that's how Battlefront 2 was. But that loses some of the mechanics of the gameplay, especially when you're talking about third-person games where you can be sitting behind a wall and kind of peek around the corner. That's not something traditionally first-person shooter players tend to like. But with this game, the third person it looks awesome, being able to see everything, and I don't know how I'll feel about that. Let me know what you guys think about the first person versus third person and what you're going to expect for Battlefront. I'm expecting it to be third person, which I'm a bit skeptical about, but regardless, doesn't hinder my excitement for this game at all. In terms of the new Battlefront gameplay, things that we 100% know confirmed, it is not much. There's no real information out there yet, besides there's a trailer that DICE Stockholm put out showcasing a little bit of in-game footage, some of the graphics, but of course those are pre-rendered trailers, things that you can expect to see, just, you know, the most high quality of high quality. And EA wouldn't really want to be pushing out things about Battlefront at this time, especially over the last couple months, because they were so focused on Hardline, getting that release going. But now that that's taken care of, we can start expecting some more Battlefront information, especially the next thing that's going to be coming up is April 17th. There's a Star Wars convention that's going to be in Anaheim. Now, I'm not going to be going to that, but I'll be here, and I'm sure there's going to be tons of information around. I'll try and condense that. If we do get any gameplay that's going to be public, I'll showcase it to you, but here's what the Anaheim website actually says. Star Wars Battlefront's coming April 17th. That's on a Friday at 10:30 a.m. DICE is going to be taking the stage, and they're ready to start revealing more Battlefront details. It also says that attendees at the Star Wars celebration will have a chance to see gameplay behind closed doors at Star Wars Battlefront booth. So it's not going to be available to play, and it's only going to be able to see behind closed doors, so that probably means we're not going to be able to see any gameplay from the public, which is pretty disappointing. I'm hoping that we'll be able to see some of it, or they'll put the trailer out. Something. Give us something there, along with other activities also starting Friday, so there could be more. It also says to stay tuned to their channel and links to the Star Wars EA channel, so there might be something going up there, and that's what leads me to believe that. Plus, I know we're going to be getting more information at E3, just from what I've been seeing online. The next E3 is really going to be the big part, and I am planning on going to that, so we'll see. But don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new. I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more coverage of Star Wars Battlefront from more of a gamer perspective as well as a Star Wars fan, but not necessarily knowing everything and being a die-hard fan quite yet. Anyways, I'm going to have a lot more of that. If you want to check out some more videos now, you can check out my previous one, Battlefield Hardline, full review of that game just posted recently, or the recommended video for some top 5 Battlefield Hardline plays in my top 5 series. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. This is StoneMountain64, signing out.